Hey everybody, it's me again, Trainer Nick. Hope you're having a blessed day. And today we're going over the calorie surplus. Like the calorie deficit before it, for those of you wanting to lose weight and get shredded, this is for those of you that want to put on mass, size, get big and strong. I feel ya. I was there myself. Believe it or not, I graduated high school at 150 pounds. I wasn't a big kid, and since then I've been wanting to put on mass and strength myself, and mostly wanting to get strong, and I need to get bigger along with that too. So, with that being said, let's first start off with what are your biggest wins in the past 7 to 14 days. I don't care where you're seeing this video or what time of life it is. If you can comment, please share with me your biggest win in the past 7 to 14 days. I'd love to hear from you. So with that being said, let's jump into this. The first step to being in a calorie surplus and bulking up is to start small and don't overdo it. You want to start off by being only in a 150 to 300 calorie a day surplus. It ain't much at all. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, why is it so small? Like, if I were to try to lose weight and be in a deficit, I'd need it to be in a bigger deficit than I am in a surplus. I totally understand, and that goes into the right into the next point. You need to start small and be patient because you're creating something that isn't originally there. You're trying to grow muscle, something that isn't quite there yet, instead of trying to cut something away and make that's already there, like your body fat. Think about it this way too. I've used your body as a sculpture analogy a lot. Well, like cutting fat, you're having to chisel away at yourself. Now you're adding more clay. It takes time to add more clay and to mold it and shape it right, to shape the muscles and grow them to where you need to be, to where you're wanting them. It's the same with a sculpture as it would be with just trying to build your body. That's why we need to be patient, because you're creating something that isn't there. Next one, number 3. Enjoy your foods. You can have a little fun here. Obviously, you don't want to go overboard, and we don't want to be eating junk food and empty calories and all the time and being miserable. What I mean by that is you want to make sure you're eating your good food, still stay on that good regimented diet, still eat clean like you would be if you were trying to cut weight. But now you can have a snack on the side. Maybe now you have a glass of chocolate milk. Depending on how big that glass is, you can add 300 or 400 calories right there, and that would be your surplus. You know, a small glass of milk would be your surplus. An extra couple of bananas could be your surplus. Like, whenever I talk about 150 to 300 calories a day, it's not a lot of a surplus. You could even, you got to be careful, but you could probably even push the 300 calories to maybe 400 or 500 calories. Once again, being careful, and this is more for the bigger guys. It doesn't take a lot to get bigger as far as the food wise. You just got to be intentional and consistent about it. And a side note here, you can add a snack in throughout the day. Peanut butter and Nutella sandwich, that's another one as well. Like I said, all these different examples, it's just a little extra to give you that extra edge. This is also to make sure you maintain a healthy body fat percentage throughout the whole deal. I don't want to bloat you up. I've done that before, made me sick for years. Still dealing with it to this day. You don't want it. Trust me. Trainer Nick's just loving you and helping you and keeping you out of harm's way. The next one is you can drink some of your calories, but you still need to drink plenty of water. So absolutely drink plenty of water. I think that was a mistake I had made and that got me sick after bulking, was I cut out water to drink more calories. So yes, you can drink some of your calories. Like I said, the chocolate milk. You can even enjoy more orange juice. Have a soda once a week or so. You can do that while you're bulking, but and even drink some of your calories, because it's that much easier to get your calories in, but you still need to make sure you're drinking water as well. So drinking calories helps you be in a surplus, still stay hydrated. That's why we need to stay hydrated. We'll roll into the next one here. Track your food as well. A lot of people think they're eating more than but they're not. A lot of people think they're in a surplus, but they may not be. This is why we need to take the time to track food. Like I said before, we've got the Lose It app, MyFitnessPal. I gave you a calorie calculator. I'll try to remember to put the link in this description below as well. There's several different ways to do it. You track what you are taking in, then you see what the number is, and you can push a little bit past it. That's why you need to jump in and do it that way. So the next bit of advice here would be make sure you're getting your protein in and you're getting your macros in and they're not all screwed up. Yes, we're taking in extra foods, but it needs to not be all fats. It needs to not be all carbs. And it really, if you're trying to take in extra protein in a surplus, you're going to struggle because it's, so satiating. So with that being said, what does that look like? You're looking at about 1 gram per pound of body weight for protein. Still want to eat it first. I think really that's going to be optimal. If you go any higher than a gram per pound, you're really just making it harder on yourself to get the calories in. I'm telling you from personal experience as well. When I first started bulking, I started off with like 500 grams of protein a day for a 187-pound guy, and it was bull crap and hard, but then I got back down to about 200 grams, so I did go a little bit higher, about 185. Whenever I cut it all the way back down, it was easy peasy, and I was able to, it was a lot easier experience for me bulking back in the day because I was able to eat more. The next one is a half a gram per pound of fat. You can go a little higher on fats here. If you're going to be growing and gaining a little bit of weight, it's good to optimize your hormone function and make sure that you are make sure you're optimizing your hormone function. Also, fats have extra calories. Your protein and carbs are only going to be 4 calories per gram, where fats are about 9 calories per gram. So almost a 2.5 times difference there. So that's why you can consume a little bit more fats here. Hormone optimization, and it totally helps you get your calories in. As for carbs, that'll be the rest of your calories. Once you hit those two, your protein and your fat percentages or grams, your amounts that you need to, you can put the rest in calories. Have you some rice. Maybe put some sauce in the rice, mix it in there. You can have a couple extra bananas. This is where you might have a small treat with the extra calories. This is because calories will help load your muscles with glycogen, help them hold more water, and just help them grow while you're trying to bulk up and be in this surplus. The next one is to hit the gym hard. You want to make use of those extra calories. This will be a no-brainer. It should be, because boy, let me tell you, when you're in a calorie surplus and you go into the gym, you're going to have boundless energy. You should be pushing heavier weights, bigger pumps. You're going to feel so much better that you're going to feel like an animal in the gym. Whenever I was bulking, I felt like what I'm assuming steroids would feel like, because I felt amazing. Like, there was no other feeling like it. Like, I had huge pumps. Veins were popping out everywhere. I was moving weight. Week by week, I was progressing, getting stronger. I was, heavy weights by the end of the month. Heavy weights at the beginning of the month felt light. By the end of the month, I was pumping some iron. It's going to feel good. You're going to look good. You're going to press more weights. Hit the gym hard. Make use of what you're doing. And last but not least, the next one, sleep even harder. You need to make sure you're recovering. Your muscles only grow from what you can recover from. It's not about how hard you can train. It's about what you recover from. So you are now a super high functioning, high octane, high efficiency machine. You're eating more, you're training harder. If you're sleeping harder, you put all those pieces together, you put them and go hard in all those areas. You're going to be growing, you're going to be lifting more weight, having huge pumps, you're going to be blowing up muscle wise. That's going to help you burn and cut more fat as well. It just all goes good into each other. In fact, I would even suggest this way. You need to go absolutely either in maintenance, where you're not actually in a surplus, or a teeny tiny surplus. I would suggest giving this a shot sometimes before trying the calorie deficit with some people. Obviously, if you're way overweight or something, you need to be in a calorie deficit. But I'm talking about those who aren't necessarily overweight, but you may be able to change your body composition and cut some fat out just by putting more muscle on and then cutting the fat. So, with all that being said, I hope that helps. Let me know your biggest takeaway. Let me know how I'm doing, if this makes sense, because I want to make sure I'm giving you the best information possible in the best understandable way possible. So, with that being said, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. God bless. I'll see you in the next one.